All right, welcome to today's Zoom session. And what I'm going to be doing here is discussing with you the results that have been coming in from Cryptonaire network. I'm going to share with you guys two different numbers. The first one is going to be based on commissions that have been paid out. So I want to congratulate many of you who have earned a generous commission. Commissions have been paid out to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. I think we've done close to over 1,000 already. Different people, members inside of Cryptonaire network that have been paid out, which is absolutely incredible. So congratulations to many of you over here. This particular account that you see here is not the main account, it's not the account at the top. It's just one of many usernames. So this is one of many usernames, for example, and you'll see just how much direct revenue, for example, has come in from this one account over here. Many of you have actually done bigger than this, which doesn't reflect, of course, on this account over here. So I'm going to share some of the numbers that has come in. I'm going to share with you guys some of the results that have come in. So for example, right now, instead of going on to the commissions, let's talk about the investment into MintHub. On this account, for example, you can see it right here live, and I'll just refresh the dashboard just for people to see that it's real. So I've refreshed the dashboard. It's not like I edited over here. What you see here is the investment. This was towards the beginning of MintHub, and I have since invested more and more and more into it every few days, every week or so. And so what you see over here on this particular account is $28,693 that has been invested. The token portfolio, because the token price keeps going up, the token portfolio is now valued at $78,380, which is great numbers. Now, if I go ahead and share the entire screen and show you, so the desktop right here. So I'm going to show you how much was made in profit. What you will see is that this account has made $49,687 in profit so far. The token price is going to go up to 15 cents per token, and then it's going to get released publicly right around the Bitcoin halving. And the reason for that timing in particular is because the altcoin season starts to kick in, where a lot of different coins start to go up. There is a heavy buzz, a very large influence of money, of income, of capital that goes into altcoins during that time. And so even if you play your cards, even if you don't play all of your cards correctly, a lot of these coins do tend to skyrocket in price. If you play your cards correctly, if you do things well, if you do things with not just a vision, but a very strategic marketing approach, then the coin can really pump. And so even horrible coins, even coins with poor marketing, even coins with very few users in it, even coins with very few holders tend to do very well. A lot of them do, and MintHub has all of the positive factors already in place and done so well. And with the particular timing in place, I'm looking at some really heavy numbers, for example, on this particular account. The stats you can also check out over here. On MintHub, you can check the balance over here, for example, the token value, your current profit in percentage, for example. And of course, if you invest a large amount right now straight away, so let's say I invest $100,000 into it straight away, my profit percentage is going to be lower because I purchased at the current pricing. So I hope that makes sense. So somebody did ask me about that. They invested when it was around 5 cents. Their profit margin looks so big, but they only invested like $100. Then they invested close to $12,000 and said, hey, how comes my profit isn't this percentage? It's because that $12,000 compared to $100 is a lot higher. So the percentage profit on your current portfolio as of right now is what it's going to show. So I hope that makes sense. It's just basic maths in a sense. So you can see the numbers over here, and the token value on listing when it's on 15 cents is basically $357,000, which is great. I'm going to receive 20% of that when it lists. So if I wanted to sell it pretty much straight away when it starts to list, so that would be valued at $71,000, and that's for 20% of the tokens. And what happens after it lists is it, generally speaking, goes up in price for a decent portion of time. It can happen for weeks and weeks and weeks on end, where the price is just continuously rising. So that's absolutely amazing numbers. It's why I tell you all the time, get in big now, as early as possible, quickly. I'm not rushing you for no reason. I'm rushing you because the price constantly goes up, and then you end up missing out on the margin. So make sure that you do invest and you go in very big as early as possible. It gives you a greater chance of making a high multiple on MintHub than if you invest very close to the 15-cent mark right before it goes public, if that makes sense. So that's something to really take into your mind, factor that in. The earlier, the bigger you get in, the better. No matter how you see it, that's how you need to do it. So those of you that are tippy-toeing, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, what happens with being timid in the crypto market is, generally speaking, you miss out on margin. What happens when you make the wrong move, obviously, is that you lose money. And so what happens with a lot of people is they're scared about making the wrong move, but that creates that being timid, which makes them lose on profit margin. So you've got to go in big when something is right. So with MintHub, all of the factors are right, and it's the reason why it's on this dashboard. I get offers every single day. Rahman, I have this incredible coin. I've got this incredible project. This is what we're going to do. Please place us on, place our coin on your dashboard. And the answer has always been no. MintHub is, I'm all in on MintHub. This is where it's at. That's why I placed MintHub in the Cryptonaire network dashboard. So I made it as easy as possible for you. So let's have a look through some of the commissions that Cryptonaire network has paid out, right? So for me in particular, like this particular account over here, the commission is quite low. It's $23,832. I'm going to share with you guys some of the big numbers that you're doing on your accounts. This, again, like I mentioned, is one of my accounts. But what I do with these commissions is I always go to withdraw. So I got another 2690 here. And instead of withdrawing my commission, I add it to my available balance. And then I just purchase more MintHub tokens. So I'm going to do that right now live. And then I'm going to share with you guys the current numbers, some of the commissions that have been paid out, the permission that I got from people who said, yes, you can share my numbers with on this Zoom session. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you when I go to buy MintHub. So my available balance is basically nothing. It's 40 cents, $0.4 basically. And as you can see, I'm constantly purchasing more and more MintHub tokens with real money, right? Like I could withdraw if I want to right now. If I click on withdraw commission, I would have another 2,690 USDT in my crypto wallet. But instead, what I'm going to do is I want to convert this into MintHub. So I'm going to add to available balance. Added successfully. So I'm going to close this now. So as you can see, I used up my available balance. I'm going to click on buy MintHub because now it's in my balance. So as you can see, it's instantly in my balance over here. I'm going to type 2690 and I'm going to click buy now. Before I click buy now, I'm going to show you the balance over here because I want you to see this number, 173. So my current profit is 173%. This number is going to go down slightly because I'm just putting in more money right now at the current token price. So it's gonna go down a little bit because I'm buying in at this price, when most of this I purchased right at the beginning when it was 5 cents, when it was 0.005. So I hope that makes sense, right? So the number that we saw here just now, so if we go back to it, is 173.17. I'm going to buy some more Mintab right now. And there we go, token purchase successfully. And it shows up right there. And now I'm going to go to balance right here. And as you can see, my margin went down slightly because I purchased at the current price. Every time the price goes up, this number is going to go up for me now also. So that's something to weigh in mind. It's just basic statistics. All right, numbers. This is a small account, even compared to many of you, some of you that are watching this right now. So let me share with you some of the results and commissions that have been paid out, and I want to congratulate you for that. So 3 of these names out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers that I have here, 3 of you guys have the most ridiculous name. One of you is just 18 plus. I'm not even going to mention this name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to not share the usernames, but I'm going to share the exact numbers. So a particular person made $49,283 in commission, which is absolutely incredible. That's double this number right here. So it was about a revenue of, I think, around $400,000 for all of the 10 levels. So congratulations on those numbers. Someone else did $16,581 in commission. Another person, I will mention his, Lord Bitcoin, who has been with us for a very long time in Cryptonaire Accelerator, has been with us for a very long time on this new dashboard here with Cryptonaire Network, follows all of the steps, takes all of the advice, has purchased all of the coins on module 2, has been taking action, has basically just been doing everything that I have mentioned. So Lord Bitcoin has earned a commission of $102,115. So I want to congratulate Lord Bitcoin on that. I think it's Lord Bitcoin or the Lord Bitcoin or something like this is the username. Another person, he did $36,987 in commission. What I want to tell about this person is I would love to actually share the email that they sent back, is that this particular person has actually never earned a commission ever in their life on anything. They are completely new to this. And all he done was go to the marketing material. He used this message swipe. He used this email swipe, and that's literally all he did. He literally did nothing else. So he didn't know what he was doing. He used the swipes, and he basically just spammed everyone. And he constantly did that, and he constantly followed up, and he followed the tips and advice that I gave on some of the previous Zoom sessions, and that's the results that they got. They're also earning not just a commission, but has invested a lot of money into Mintab also at the same time, making a profit, is following all of the steps, and is starting to actually get results, which I'm very happy about. So from someone who's never gotten results before, in their 50s, to getting these numbers is absolutely fascinating. Next, $8,022. It's not a very high number, but at the same time, this particular person has done it in the space of about a month and a half. So the first month and a half to earn $8,000 in commission is absolutely amazing. And then one other person did $71,738. I decided not to share the usernames because of this person's username. Horrendous name. I need to start maybe making sure that people keep it PG rated, keep the names clean, but I don't want to control anybody's usernames. So what usernames you want to use, you can use. I don't mind. I don't want to be a parent over here. I'm only 29, turning 30, so I'm not going to play the parent role and tell some of you guys off. A lot of you are older than me, wiser than me in many cases, in many ways, I should say. And I don't want to tell you not to use usernames like Mr. $71,738 did. But yeah, these are some of the commissions that have been paid out. And again, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people have been paid out, different people inside of the Cryptonaire network dashboard, I believe touching 1,000 or 1,000 plus people. So I want to congratulate all of you for that. Some of the people that have invested into MintHub, how much have they invested? We've got a particular person who invested $200,080. Someone else put in $91,581. Another person put in $88,878. And these are some of the big numbers right there. So there are people that have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally. There are people who've invested $50. There are people who've invested hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. So it ranges. The most important thing is to go in with, I would say, more than you're comfortable with, because a lot of people, what they do is their comfort zone for most people is so small that they don't get anywhere with it. You have to expand your comfort zone, and most importantly, you've got to take action fast. So taking action fast may actually be more important than how much you place in. So for example, I got in at all sorts of different prices, right? And I just got in right now at the recent price, just to show you I do whatever I preach. I'm never going to tell you to buy MintHub at a price that I wouldn't buy MintHub. So I'm always buying it at every single price. I feel like it's almost like my duty to do so. I can't tell you to do something that I personally wouldn't do. And this is the philosophy that I'm adapting here in Cryptonaire Network. If I tell you to use these email swipes and message swipes, guess what? I'm using it. If I tell you to do a particular strategy, guess what? I am doing that strategy. If I tell you to buy into a certain coin for accelerator members, guess what? I am buying into that coin. I'm selling it when I sell it, I tell you when to sell it. When I buy it, I tell you when I buy it. So everything is done in live time. So if I ever email you and say, hey guys, purchase MintHub now, I've basically purchased MintHub. So I just did it right now in the Zoom session. But if I go ahead and click on buy MintHub, you can see that I got in at around 6 cents over here on this particular account. I got in at 5 cents also in a very large way on another account, but I don't want to scare you about my number, like how much I invested, right? I don't want you to feel like we're too far away from each other. It really does take one particular coin that pumps in a very big way for you to get incredible results. And so if I show you my numbers, I don't want you to be put off by it, by saying I may not ever reach kind of the level that Rahman is at. So I don't want to show you that account. But as you can see over here, we've got about around the 6-7 cents mark. I put in $4,000 and I constantly place in more and more income, more and more money. So over here on November 30th, I placed in a few $1,000s, and a few days after that, when after the price increase, I placed in about $3,000. Right? Sometimes I put in 100, 200 bucks. So I'm just like you over here. Put in $1,000, 1,300 roughly on this day, which was December 8th. January 14, I placed some more money in, and I constantly place more money in. January 22nd of January, $15,500. So I constantly place more money in. 16th of February, so that's just now, $2,690. So I'm constantly placing in money into MintHub. on this account, on my account that I registered at the very beginning also. And it's going great. It's going great. The timing and everything is perfect for it. And not only that, the timing in regards to when they go public is just perfect. It literally couldn't have been better historically in the entire history of the crypto market. This particular Bitcoin halving is going to be absolutely insane. And it's going to be, in my opinion, the last Bitcoin halving where the altcoin season is going to have a huge impact. So, in my opinion, it's the end of the altcoin season. After this altcoin season that's going to be coming up in the next couple months. What I will personally do, and this is not something I wish to have discussed anyway in this particular Zoom, but what I intend to do in about a year or so is to actually exit 50% of my portfolio into real things, into hard assets. So I'm actually looking into things like real estate. I'm looking into things like physical gold, really hard assets. I want to exit out for half my portfolio. In my opinion, after this halving that comes, things will not be as great as previously. It'll be slower, but I'll still keep half of my entire portfolio in crypto. Right now, 100% of my portfolio is in crypto, like 100%. Anytime I need to use money for things, if I can't pay for it in crypto, which is very rare now, because I can book flights in crypto, I can book hotels in crypto, I can do pretty much everything in crypto, minus basic things like when I go to the cafe or when I go to a restaurant. So in those cases, all I do is I sell a little bit of USDT, and then I place it into my bank card, and there we go. I'm set. But everything is literally in the crypto market right now. But this is just for me to give you a heads up on my plans for the future in regards to the crypto market and how almost desperate I am for you to do what I am doing. Because now is the only time, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but many others have had the same opinion about the crypto market, is that this altcoin season that will take place after the Bitcoin halving is going to be the last one where you can make an absolute incredible multiple. I always say things in a very conservative way. My intention is to 10 times my entire portfolio in literally just the next 6, maybe 9 months. Others have said, "Oh, this is, I'm gonna, it's 50 times." Others have said 20 times, 30 times, whatever the case is. But I've always kept things conservative. So if you take it from my standpoint, and you 10 times your portfolio over the next 9 months because of this altcoin season, I'll even tell you that after this, that opportunity I don't think will ever be there. And I might not even take any more accelerator members after this Bitcoin halving, after this altcoin season is done, because I might not even see the value in providing this service. But now is the time where you really have to take action. You've got to be scared about being timid. You really have to go all in on this as soon as possible. A, because the price keeps rising, and B, because of the entire crypto market and what's really going on. So you've got to be sharp about this. Things are very, very scary. What's going to happen in the near future, in the next few years or so. If you think that the crash of 2008 or the Great Depression was anything, what's going to be taking place soon is going to make all of that look like a fairy tale. So you've got to be protected. You've got to get your things together. And that's what I'm trying to help you do as much as possible. I don't want to see any of you struggling in a very large way, putting yourself in a very desperate position in the future. You've got people to take care of, you've got things to do. and yeah, family to protect, right? So you got to make sure that you do things fast, and you make the right moves. And that's what I'm here for, is to make sure that you make the right moves. The safest way that I know of, if you think there's a better way, or if what I say makes sense, the fastest way for you to be protected, from my standpoint, is for you to basically do exactly what I'm doing. I think that's the best for me, to help you out. For me to literally just share with you in lifetime, guys, this is what I'm doing. I suggest you do it too, right? Does that make sense to you? Do you feel like you'll have a certain level of success, or a higher level of success doing exactly what I'm doing, than if you were to go ahead and try to do it for yourself? Because I thought it through. I really have. Before I set up Cryptonaire Network, I really thought it through. I thought to myself, if I educate everybody here, what is the chance of their success in comparison to if I just tell them, do this and do that? This is what I'm doing. And I thought it through, and I thought to myself, I've had a lot of experience in the crypto market. I've had a lot of experience with marketing products also. And things are always changing. So the time I spend trying to educate you, new things have come about that I now have to educate you on new things. But then you're still getting educated in the old way, because it's a lot to take in, and then it causes a whole cluster. So it's very important that that you do things in a speedy way, right? Large companies, for example, like Amazon, or Facebook, Meta, Alphabet, so Google, they can't adapt as fast as small companies. So this is the principle that I had. Cryptonaire Network is small, and why don't I just tell everyone exactly what I'm doing in lifetime right away? Because when I do that, then you're able to move fast on it also. So this is something that is that's incredible. Matthew said something about a coin which doesn't belong to me, and I'm not sure what you're saying there. So I'll just delete that comment. As a matter of fact, I might remove you there. But yeah, I'll check out the comment. I'm happy to do that. Apart from that, Matthew, don't speak on it anymore. And that's it, really. All right. So basically, that's something that's very important. Um, and by the way, that coin that he was talking about, I made a profit on it, and so did so many other people. And so I don't know what he's talking about. Timing is very important, like I mentioned, and that's actually great that Matthew mentioned that. Timing is very important. You've got to go in when I go in. You've got to exit when I exit. And if you let emotion dictate your entry and exit, and not my advice and tip, then you lose money. And I mentioned this on another YouTube video a long time ago. When I was in Ukraine, I was in at a restaurant, and I was speaking about crypto with a few people, and someone came into the conversation and said they got into Bitcoin at $3, and they entered and exit multiple times from $3 all the way up to what the all-time high was, I think around $60,000, right? And all they did was lose money. And that person was saying, I hate Bitcoin. Very interesting. Someone who was heavily involved in Bitcoin since $3 said, I hate Bitcoin. So what does that tell you? That tells you that timing is as important, or do you think it's more important even than the coin that you purchase? Timing is key. Ella Preacher said something interesting. Right before I actually recorded this Zoom session, somebody brought up a slight issue in the getting the access for Cryptonaire Accelerator. It was an issue that happened just, I believe, just a few hours ago. Matthew or someone else brought it up. Gregory brought it up, and I got it fixed within 30 seconds. So Ella Preacher, now it works. When you go to Cryptonaire Accelerator and you click on Get Access, and then you click Start, now the message will send. There was an issue. I fixed it literally within 20 seconds. And those of you that were here before I pressed record, kindly let Ella Preacher know that what I just mentioned did in fact happen. So this is why I do the Zoom sessions. Anyone can talk to me. Anyone can say anything. And I'm happy to fix any leaks or issues or challenges you might have live on the spot. So it was a 30-second fix that I did, and now it works. So El Preacher, now you're able to access it. It was just a slight, because I use a lot of different softwares and tools to make sure that everything is catered to you correctly. One of them just had an issue, and now it's fixed. And it was a 20-second fix that I did literally on the screen as we were talking. Gregory might still be here, so he'll confirm that. So these are the results anyhow that have been coming in. It's been going great so far. I'm very happy with the way that things are going. I'm always going to be making upgrades. I'm always going to make things better. For example, the Zoom sessions will start taking place quite soon from now. It's still going to be every 4 days for now, but quite soon from now, it's going to be taking place every 2 days. And yeah, Gregory just confirmed. He said, yes, I was having the same problem and Rahman fixed it right away. So that's what I'm here for. If you guys are trying to reach me, for example, in between the Zoom sessions, that would be quite difficult, right? It'll be quite difficult because I've got to think on the community as a whole. And my entire time, literally, if you just watched me 24 hours a day, I'm sleeping, I'm working out, I'm eating, and Cryptonaire network. That's it. That's basically all I'm doing. I don't have a large friend circle, and that's actually a good thing. Most people, they want as many friends as possible, but what you want is you want as many positive interactions with people as possible. I was actually reading a study on having a long life. It wasn't about diet as much as you thought, as much as I thought, I would say. It wasn't about physical fitness as much as I thought. I think those things were like on the third and fourth place. But the first place is actually positive social interactions. This is the number one factor to a long life. So have a few friends, but have solid friends, and just focus on the greater good. So Bishop, I had to remove. He labeled me as a scammer, which is very funny for somebody to say that. Odd too. Maybe I think Bishop is scamming me because I'm giving away so much for free that he is saying nonsense. So yeah, that's basically something that's very important. Yeah, social positive interactions. But 24 hours of the day is pretty much going to you guys into health, fitness, sleeping, and eating. And I can't focus on conversations one-on-one unless it's Zoom. So on Zoom, I can focus on conversations one-on-one. Rachel said something like, then prove him wrong so we trust you. I'm not bothered whether you trust me or not, Rachel. And I'm not bothered about disproving nonsense. It's like me saying, prove to me that you're a female. That doesn't make sense, right? Your name's a female name. So I'm not going to say, prove to me that you're a female. That would be insulting yourself, wouldn't it? To say, hey, I'm a woman and here's the proof that I'm a woman. So yeah, that's basically it for today. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And yeah, I'm happy to answer. Now, I want to actually comment on Rachel, which is interesting. Rachel said, "You don't pay me, I paid you." That's what Rachel said. Rachel, you're not helping me make profit. I'm helping you make profit. Rachel, you did not spend $2 million on advertising over the period of 10 years to figure out this marketing system. I did that. Rachel, you don't pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every single month on softwares and tools and programs to help you with the marketing. I paid you. If you want, you can pay. We can go back and forth. Like, I mean, I'll send you that money back, but you gotta send me money for the advertising expense that was able to build a robust system in Cryptonaire network. You've also got to pay for the tech team. You've also got to pay for the designer. You've also got to pay for all the mentorships that I paid for. You've also got to pay for all of the conversations that I've had to have, all of the pain and discipline that I went through in order to build this for you. So I'm happy to switch, no problem. Now, that being said, I did want to respond to that. I'm not shy on things, but we're going to keep things positive from now. If I see any negativity, we will block, ban, and refund. I don't need the money. That being said, is there any questions? I'm going to go scroll up right now and see if there's any questions. El Preacher mentioned about the welcome message. It's fixed now. So El Preacher, just let me know if it is fixed up. Sadak said, yes, will Minter price rise soon? Yep, every few days is pretty much rising. Freddie said, I believe you, Rahman. Thank you, Freddie, and you should. So that's a good positive comment there. If you've made money with me, say yes. Just to prove things to other people here. And the interesting thing about any kind of system out there is you will have two people with the same opportunity in the same circumstance get two completely different results. So is it because of what's in front of that person, or is it because of that person? It's all tied down to the person. And that's something that's very important. It's also tied down to what you focus on. So I'll give an analogy here. It might be slightly unfair, but the world is not fair, right? Let's say that there is a class of 50 people studying for, I don't know, an accounting degree. Are all 50 going through the exact same lessons in class? Yes. Do all 50 have the same access to education that they paid for in university? Yes. Will all 50 get the same results? No. Do some of those 50 that get lower results in university end up with higher paying jobs? Yes. So is it because of the classes that they took at university, or is it tied down to the person? It's always tied down to the person. So that's something that you need to pay attention to. It's always about the person. So how many yeses did we get now? Ross said, yes, I've made money. Sadak said, yes, I made money. Freddie said, and I continue with the system, Cryptonaire. Thank you, Rahman. Absolutely. So a lot of people here are making great results. Sadak asked a great question. Will VSL page link be available soon in our dashboards? Yes, that's coming up. When you go to promote now and you go to marketing material, what you will see, I'm going to have to log in again over here. So I go to promote now, marketing material right here. And over here, there's going to be a drop-down menu and there's going to be a few different referral links that's basically going to help you promote. So that's coming up very, very soon. Michaela said, your work is amazing, Mr. Rahman. Thank you for putting your time and effort into this. You are most welcome. Sadak said, we know you are the real deal, Rahman. We are here to succeed and you will lead us. None other, no one else, basically. Freddie said, yes, he's made some profit, some money. So yeah, absolutely great. A lot of people are getting results. Like I've mentioned, it's always tied down to the person. That's what it's tied down to. If you use this referral link right here, somebody purchases MintHub Accelerator Program, etc., you're going to earn money. You're going to earn commission. Commissions are paid out. If you purchase MintHub token before it goes public, prices are going up. You're making profit. You're doing great. So every opportunity in the world, in all areas, the results you get is tied down to the person you are. I've made some wrong moves. I've made some right moves, both in life and in business. And basically, I've learned from both cases, right? I've learned from both cases. I've studied what's happened, what's gone on. And then I adapted, made improvements. And so this is something that's very important. But what happens with a lot of other people is they will go to an accounting degree, for example, for, let's say, 30 people or 35 people. I don't know what the margins are for degrees and who passes and who doesn't. But let's just say that 35 people passed the test and 15 people failed. Those 15, you will get some of these 15 that's going to blame the accounting course instead of themselves. So they're going to say things like, the classes were horrible. This wasn't explained. That wasn't explained. But they will never ask themselves, what did I do wrong that those 35 didn't? Those 35 that passed, what did they do right that I didn't? And it's called self-accountability. And most people lack self-accountability. So you've always got to be, and I'm not just talking about Cryptonaire network. I'm not just talking about making that crypto money. In anything in life, you've always got to be self-accountable. Write this down. My aim, my goal is to be self-accountable in everything. Be self-accountable. There was a moment in time where I'm just eating junk food. I'm waking up and sleeping at random times. And I was basically saying, yeah, I'm just focused on setting up. And this was actually while I was setting up the Cryptonaire network system, is my diet wasn't in check. My sleeping habits was not in check. I would just wake up. I would work 18 hours straight for you guys, building this system, putting everything together. Then I would sleep. And there were a few people around me, and they would say, like, Rahman, you've got to like have some habits in place. You're working 24/7. But I was not burning out. I was actually really enjoying it. But what I did wrong was I would wake up and sleep at random times. I wouldn't have any kind of physical fitness, and I would eat anything. And that went on for like a month or two. And then I told myself, I've got to take a deep breath. This is the time I'm going to wake up. This is the routine that I'm going to have in place. These are the hours that I'm going to put into Cryptonaire network. This is going to be the habits that I set into place. And with less hours, I actually had a much higher it was much more productivity with fewer hours, because I had that energy from eating right, sleeping right, and doing that physical fitness. So I had more energy, more clarity, more focus. At the same time, because I had an on switch and an off switch instead of just being on 24/7 for you guys, because I had that on and off switch during that off few hours each day, I was able to put pieces together when I did get back online and get back to work for you guys to set this up. And so that was self-accountability. Now I'm in shape again. I'm eating clean. My sleep is good. I'm doing a lot of work for you guys in a very, very, very productive way, very sharp. The team behind Cryptonaire Network is sharp, even sharper than me. Things are in place for them. I have, as a result, they look up to me now. They're working out, they're eating clean, they're sleeping on time, they're waking up with a routine in mind, and they're upgrading outside of the workspace. They're actually upgrading because they see me doing it, and I hope to share more and more with you guys so that you do the same too. So that's why this often what the Zoom is about. Not just to share with you guys the same regurgitated information, because everything about Cryptonaire Network is right here in the video presentation. Right here in the video presentation. It's 38 minutes long. All the details are there. And it literally shows you the entire thing. So if you just actually study the dashboard, all of the details are there. So the kind of questions that I do enjoy going through here on this Zoom session is questions that, you know, you've gone through all the details, and then you have a question about a particular detail, or you have a question about maybe suggestions even, right? Like some of you made suggestions about setting up multiple links to promote. And so that's getting done now. So suggestions I always love. Questions about a particular thing that I spoke about, I also love. It shows me that you're going through everything, and then I can answer those questions. The questions I absolutely don't like, and there is some such things as the wrong question, because people say there's no such thing as a wrong question, and that's absolutely false. The questions that I don't like is questions that are so obvious. Like, hey, where's the Telegram channel? Hello, as soon as you log in, it shows you right here, join Telegram community. Hello, as soon as you're on the home dashboard, it says, join our exclusive Telegram channel on a big, big image right at the top. So questions like that are wrong questions. And so the relationship I have with my mentors is never ask a question that I can answer easily for myself. So I wouldn't use my mentor like I would use Google. So I would research into things first and then talk to him on certain things, right? And now my mentors, I would say, I'm proud to say, is my circle. I have a very small circle, and I make sure that they're ahead of me in certain areas in life, and they're the ones that are, in a way, my mentor, and I'm a mentor to them in certain areas. So we're always helping each other out in that sense, in that regard, and we have a certain respect for each other. So that respect for each other is what causes us not to ask the wrong questions to one another. We don't want to waste the other person's time out of their schedule. We don't want to waste their time by asking a basic question. So the questions I like are questions regarding what is on the dashboard that you've gone through. So from your question, I should basically know this person has gone through the dashboard. That's a great question. Or this person has made a great suggestion. So I would like to thank Sadak here publicly for making that suggestion. He was, let's say, a pioneer on this dashboard right here in regards to the marketing promotion. He had requested multiple referral links. We talked back and forth about it. And there's going to be some really cool upgrades there. So I would like all of you to thank Sadak for that. Thank you for that, by the way. That's an upgrade that's coming up. These are the conversations that I love on this Zoom session. That being said, I'm going to cut things a little bit shorter here and see you on the next Zoom session. This was a great one. A lot of you guys, because there's 2 Zoom sessions here, are kicking their ass. Some of the 2 negative comments that have come in. Don't be concerned about that in any way whatsoever. I mean, don't be angry at them. There's positive people, there's negative people. And obviously, when you deal with so many people, let's say that you're dealing with 100,000 people, if 0.1%, 0.1% are bad, that is what? So 100,000, 10,000, 1,000, that's 100 people. That's 100 negative people out of 100,000 people, right? 100 is still 100. And for me personally, I have never let negativity of another person influence neither my mood nor the actions that I take place that I do, nor the things that will take place. And the same is for positive interactions, positive news. I never let that affect me, because when I was younger, I remember, I'm still fairly young now, but this is a very important story to tell you guys, because it might impact your life in a great way. Is I would get so much praise from people like, Rahman, you're 20, you're doing this is absolutely incredible. And what I did was I ended up saying, yeah, I am doing great. Then I would sit back comfortable, lazy. Yeah, I did a good job. I deserve a break. I deserve to relax. I deserve to put my foot off the gas. And so I'm very scared of praises. Negativity, I can eat for breakfast. No problem. Constructive criticism, I love. Excuse me, sorry about that. Constructive criticism, I love. Negativity means nothing to me. It's the positive interactions that I'm most fearful about. And that's because what a lot of people do, and you correct me if I'm wrong here, and it might be, you might have this experience in life also, is that maybe you do something so well that you get a lot of people saying, you know, congratulations for that, like, well done, like, this is amazing, like, you're doing a great job. And then instead of pushing forward, what happens is, you know, your nose is up and you're thinking, wow, yeah, I did great. Yeah, I deserve to put my foot up and relax. And that intensity is gone. So that intensity is something that I'm very scared of losing. Positive interactions is what I'm more fearful about. So thank you so much, guys, for kicking their ass. but I'm more concerned about positive interactions than the negative. That being said, that's it for now. I hope you gained some valuable insights on things, how to deal and handle things outside of Cryptonaire network, by the way, and in Cryptonaire network. And when it comes to the crypto market, remember, I would like to sign off right now with being timid is going to hurt you, especially in today's market. So make sure that you go all in as soon as possible, as big as possible. Price constantly rises of MintHub. This particular Bitcoin halving is something that will bring about that, in my opinion, the final altcoin season where things are really going to go big. And I literally shared with you my action step for it. My action step for it is, after that Bitcoin halving, half of my crypto portfolio is going to go into real hard assets. So that shows you my exact thoughts on the crypto market. So now is it. This is it. So make sure you take full advantage of MintHub. That being said, this is Rahman signing out. See you guys in 4 days' time.